A lot of people, when they hear the word Robinhood, all they think about is investment accounts. Okay. Now, what I'm going to say to you is not financial advice. I'm just going to tell you something that can give you the ladder to be able to position yourself to get higher limit credit cards through Robinhood. Plus, I'm going to show you the options on how to liquidate those Robinhood credit cards and turn it into real cash. All right. Now, understanding that with Robinhood, their investment accounts, they have the margin accounts and they have their cash accounts. All right. And so here's the thing about it with the margin accounts, they only give you money to buy more stock. They do not allow you to take from that margin account and put it into your bank account. That's the drawback for me. So that's the reason why I use Robinhood. However, understanding that they don't have a margin account that you can actually liquidate. Okay. Then they have their cash accounts. And so their cash accounts, you can see here, no trading with unsettled funds from your stock and option sales. Stocks and options take one trading day to settle. Okay. So that means if you sell a stock, or any type of option or whatever, it takes them up to 24 hours in order to deposit the money into your account. Okay, then no options rolling. Cash accounts can't simultaneously close an option. Okay, so that's for people that's looking to do investing and stuff like that. But if you just want to get access to their credit cards and stuff, you do have to have the Robinhood Gold account. Okay, and so it's $50 plus you have to go on an email list. But again, like I said, I'm gonna show you if this is something that's interesting to you. I'm gonna show you how to get higher credit limits with Robinhood plus liquidate. Now, here's the thing about it. They have a checking account, all right? And so with the checking account, as you can see here, you have to deposit at least $1,000, okay, into your checking account to maintain it, right? And so for some people, they may not want it. Now, a lot of people, they kind of get excited about this annual percentage rate of this APR or whatever. Again, that's only if you really want to bank with them. Now, I'm going to answer the question. Some people may ask, do they check systems? And unfortunately, they do report to ChexSystems. However, that does not mean that they actually use ChexSystems to open you up a checking account. So if you're looking for a new checking account, this may be an option for you. All right. That being said, let's talk about these credit cards. Okay. And so the first credit card we're talking about is the Robinhood Gold. All right. And so this is through Coastal Community Bank. That's where they issue their cards from. Now, with Coastal Community Bank, with these here cards, they do a hard pull on your Experian. Okay. But again, like I said, I'm going to show you how to get a credit limit increase. Because with some people, they may start them out with 5,000. Some people I have seen them, they start them out with even like 2,000. Now, here's a question that somebody asked. Do you have to have any money in your checking or savings? Um, does that influence it? To my understanding, no, you don't have to have money in your checking or savings. You do have to have the gold membership, okay, which is $50 a year in order to apply for this here card. All right. So that's something that you have to keep in mind. Now, here's the thing about it. How do you get the card when you have bad credit? Okay. What you need to do, you need to get into their ecosystem. All right. And the way that you get into their ecosystem is like if you have bad credit and you're rebuilding, is with Kickoff. Okay. So with Kickoff, they have a secured credit card. All right. And so it's no credit check, no hidden fees, no interest. So their secured credit card is going to get you into the ecosystem with Coastal. All right. And this is to help you rebuild your credit. Now, I would tell you, like outside of Robinhood or or other banks, the other cards that are related to Coastal Bank or whatever, when you have a kickoff on your credit report, your traditional banks and credit unions may count that against you. Okay. And that's one of the reasons why I tell people, hey, you may have too many credit builders on your credit file or subprime accounts on your credit file. Because when you have too many, even if you are in the 700s, it can still get you denied through institutions, okay? Because they look at too many sub accounts as a threat, saying that you either the messed up your credit prior to, or you starting to rebuild and you don't know how to manage. All right. So that's something you have to keep in mind. All right. That being said, this here, like I said, if you're rebuilding your credit, this is going to put you into their ecosystem. Now, the next card that you're going to go for is this Prosper card. Now, here's the reason why: no annual fees, no security deposits, okay? Won't charge fees on ATM cash uh, withdrawals, right? All right. Credit limits up to 3,000 plus. Now, they start out from 500 up to 3,000. All right. Hear me on this so you can understand. Look what they will allow you to do. Let's say they give you that 3,000. You can instantly start using that 3,000. Okay? You can instantly start using that 3,000. Now, I know some of you are, well, where does Robinhood come in? Once you get this here card, okay, you had the kickoff card for rebuilding the bad credit, then you built your credit up and you got this here card. Once you got into their ecosystem with these cards, when you apply for the Robinhood card, by the way, the lowest credit score I have seen, okay, that I have seen to get the Robinhood credit card was a 717 credit score. Okay. So I would say if you're hovering about a 690 credit score, you still may have a chance with getting the Robinhood credit card. Again, they're going to look at the age of the credit file. They're going to look at the income. Okay. So you definitely want to make sure that you have your household income instead of just your income, your overall household income. All right. This is what going to help you get to that 5,000. Now, like I said, you get this here card, the Prosper card. Again, you building your credit, right? Then when you apply for this here Robinhood card, when you apply for this Robinhood Gold Card, let's just say Robinhood only gives you 5,000, right? And you was hoping closer to 10,000. Well, what they would do, they would actually allow you to transfer the balance because they're in the same banking system. Transfer the balance from this Prosper card over to this Robinhood. So that way you can have 8,000. Okay. Now it gets even better because of what Robinhood is currently doing and what's potentially can be in your favor. Well, Robinhood has recently just launched their Platinum card. Okay. And I want you all to pay close attention to this because they're trying to compete with American Express. And yes, it does have an annual fee. Okay. And so we'll talk about that in a minute. But what I want you all to pay attention to is that 5 times higher than the Robinhood Gold, right? So if you get $5,000, okay, with the Robinhood Gold, you can potentially get 5 times higher than that. So that'll be a $25,000 card, right? Now, stick with me because I want to show you some. Then you get 5,000 cash back on dining. So I'm gonna break down all the cash back. So it's 250 annually credit on 15,000 restaurants. Okay, 120 on uh, DoorDash orders. You have 120 DoorDash Pass membership. Okay, you got 5% cash back on flights. All right. So they have a lot of benefits. 300 annual flight credit, okay? Book flights in the app directly with the airline. $150 credit every 6 months, all right? No foreign transaction fees. Global entry TSA, right? Travel protection. Relax lounger. You ready to rebook, okay? 10% cash back on hotels. 10% cash back on hotel. So if you're spending $1,000 for a couple days at a nice resort or something like that, you're getting 10% back on that. All right. So that's something that I want you all to understand. Plus, you get the when you check into the hotel. I know through American Express and check into a hotel, like you get the daily breakfast credit. Okay, so that's like usually about $150 right there. Depends on where you're staying at. They also give you $250 in Waymo credits. So with this here platinum card, they're going far and beyond. All right. So you built up your credit and you went through the back door to be able to get into the Robinhood family. And again, they pull Experian, okay? Experian FICO 8. So VIP pass access. And again, one of the best things. This is the breakdown. So flight credit 300, hotel credit 700, airport lounge 469, TSA 120, Waymo 250, restaurant credit 250, Door DoorDash benefits 240, Function Health membership 365, Peak membership 239, Amazon one medical 199. But I think also if you already a Amazon member, I think you already get that as well. Correct me if I'm wrong for those of you that are already a member of Amazon. But this is the annual fee here. Okay, so this here card is the one that they'll be launching. You have to get back on the mailing list and stuff to let them know. But there's something else that I wanted to point out, and this is how you know that you're dealing with a high limit credit card. This is so important. Let me find it. Uh, Bear with me, because this is something that I want you to always remember. All right, this is going to be a infinite card. This is a Visa Infinite card. Whenever you see an institution offering an infinite card, okay, you can almost guarantee that most infinite cards, Visa Infinite cards, they usually start out with $10,000 limits. Okay, so for them, if even if they give you $2,000, right, on the gold card, and then you transfer your balance from your Prosper card over to that'll make it 5,000. 5,000 times 5 is 25,000. But if it was just the $2,000, then it would actually be 10. You can at least look at $10,000. Okay. So this is why a lot of people are going to be excited about this here card. But I wanted to show you because it'll be right here. It'll be a Visa Infinite card is where I had seen it. And I was hoping, where did I see it at? I apologize for that. Now let's talk about the liquidation of it. I always tell you, look, if you're going to liquidate a card, the best way to do is sign up with either Melio or Plastic. Okay. And then you may have institutions you need to pay, some of your associates that have businesses, hint, you need to pay them for services and stuff. You can liquidate there. You can pay your taxes, okay? But that's how the easiest way is for you to liquidate it. So you don't have to do the manufacturer spend. And another reason you do not want to do the manufacturer spend, uh, these cards don't have like a, a bonus, a invitation bonus. So you trying to liquidate it through buying a whole lot of gift cards and stuff. Don't do that. You can actually lose your card, okay, lose your account. So I would not tell you to do that. However, if you need the cash or whatever, using Melio or Plastic to pay people that You may owe and they give you the money back or whatever. If they don't need the money, this is probably one of the best strategies to use. All right. Now, if you have any question about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.